Hi everybody, thank you for coming today. I'm Brandon Weilbacher from Flex. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how Flex fits into this OCP ecosystem. We're going to talk about some of the things we do and the value we provide to our customers. I even have a real example from one of our customers. And then we're going to get into some hardware. So look forward to talking with you. At Flex, our capabilities and services can really be defined by our speed, scale, resiliency, and our ability to partner with customers for growth. From a speed standpoint, we participate in a lot of design projects with our customers, and we enable designs through reference platforms. And this allows our customers to get to market faster with platforms that we co-develop with them. For scale, we have a network of manufacturing sites in over 30 countries. It's over 100 sites. And so we really provide massive scale to our customers. When it comes to resiliency, we have a world-class supply chain organization. We have preferred relationships with our suppliers, and especially in these times where supply chain is very difficult, it's a great benefit to work with Flex. Finally, when we talk about growth, we partner with our customers with all of the end-to-end services we offer. And it's everything from design we talked about, it's manufacturing, it's all kinds of services around circular economy, it's vertical integration, and all of those services together help our customers grow. Okay, so we talked a little bit about how Flex fits into the ecosystem and what services we provide. Thought I'd also touch on some of the values that our customers tell us they appreciate in Flex. So to start, let's talk about the customized solutions. Just about all of our customers require a customized motherboard, a customized server. They're really trying to optimize their TCO, their total cost of ownership, and we work closely with them to optimize that design. When it comes to the next item, vertical integration, we offer a number of capabilities, everything from power modules and power supplies to racks, enclosures. We even have our own line of components called Infinex. Regionalization is something that we really spend a lot of time with our customers to help them implement their strategies. With the manufacturing sites in 30 countries around the world, we provide a lot of value to our customers in letting them define their strategy, whether they're trying to avoid tariffs or they're trying to protect against geopolitical risk or even pandemics. We have the ability to work with our customers to get them into the right sites in the right regions of the world. And next is supply chain assurance. I talked about this world-class supply chain organization. It's so important right now. And we've implemented all of the tools, all of the processes. I mean, we manage 16,000 different suppliers and over 700,000 components. So that can only be accomplished with the latest tools and processes, and that's one of Flex's great strengths and values we offer to our customers. Okay, and finally, sustainability is a big deal at Flex in everything that we do. And in 2020, there's an organization called ISS that ranked us #1 in environmental sustainability. So that's really apparent in our global services as well. We do a lot of circular economy activities. So it can be repairing of old products, it can be refurbishment, and even recycling. And so that's also a big part of the value we offer at Flex. Okay, so we talked a little about where Flex fits and the value we offer. I wanted to just mention one case study we have with a customer to really bring this home before we get into the hardware. So we were presented with a challenge from one of our cloud service provider customers in that they needed a custom design. Go figure, custom, right? They needed their own design. And so we were able to do that for them, but in addition to that, they needed a manufacturer that they could quickly transition that design into manufacturing and have the scale, the massive scale required to meet their needs. And so that was one of the main reasons they selected us. So we were able to put the solution together in a timely manner, so we met their speed requirement, but we also were able to design the product for supply chain resiliency. Because we were also the manufacturer and we're also the supply chain organization, we had a good feel for how to design the product so that it would be successful in its later stages of life. So the results were, it worked out great. We were able to deliver the scale, and to date we've manufactured over 2 million of these particular boards. And the situation changed over time with new tariffs coming out and with the pandemic, and we were able to set up yet a second site for them in a different region of the world. So they started in Asia, and we were able to set up a second site in North America to give them the diversity and the regionalization they needed to hedge against those risks. So I think one of the big reasons this customer selected us is because we made some investments up front in reference platforms. And so I think this is a good transition point. I'd like to invite Kevin Hart to the stage from Flex to talk a little bit about our reference platforms. Thanks.
Thanks, Brandon. My microphone on? Hey, good morning, everybody. My microphone on? Well, thanks for coming. My name is Kevin Hart. I'm responsible for the Cloud Enterprise Technology Strategy here within Flex. And it's great to see everyone. I've been working with people for the past 18 months that I actually never have physically met until this week. So it's really good to see a lot of faces that I haven't seen in many years. So as Brandon mentioned, our strategy within Flex and our participation in the OCP community is to invest in reference designs, technology building blocks that we then customize for our customers to deploy at cloud scale. And because each of our customers wants something unique and different, this enables us to have them to market with the latest technology based on these validated reference designs, and they comply to open standards. Often because these are customized, they're not necessarily like OCP inspired or on the OCP marketplace, but they are based on the OCP standards of openness and availability. And I mentioned, we've said many times now, customize for our customers so they have exactly what they want. And then finally, as Brandon talked about, the regionality we have, over 100 sites in the world. If you think about our racks and enclosures capability, we have 6 sites focused on delivering racks around the world. We've been investing in really building up our capability in Guadalajara to support our customers here in the United States as they scale their deliveries. I guess I have to change my own slide. So a couple things that we're showing today at the Flex booth over there that you can go see after our talk is we're investing in OpenRack 3. So we'll be ready early next year when OpenRack V3 is ready to go with our own rack level solutions, and also power solutions and technology building blocks based on Intel's next generation Xeon scalable processor, as well as the next generation AMD processor when it becomes available. So once again, these are 1OU ORv3 compliant solutions that we can deliver vertically integrated at the rack level to anywhere in the world based on our global footprint. The next couple slides, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of these platforms in more detail. You may have heard this week that there's a new spec in the incubation committee called the General Purpose Enterprise Server Spec. And the idea is, how can we expand this idea of open community and open standards to a larger audience outside traditional cloud and hyperscale data centers? And so this is the spec that really provides a set of building blocks that traditional enterprise IT customers can leverage, while still using a lot of the openness that we've been able to appreciate. So a big piece of that is having an OCP 3.0 mezzanine supported in this unit. That's an example. Also having, this will be available from different vendors. We've been working with Insper and Flextronics, for example, and Supermicro on this spec. So this will be available on the OCP Inspired and OCP Marketplace as you need. So standard 1U and 2U servers based on open standards that you can use for your enterprise data centers. So a little bit more detail. I mentioned to the rear the OCP 3.0 mezzanine card, as well as standard rack level power, support for full height, full length GPU accelerators and coprocessors, Intel's next generation processor coming out second half of next year, and then various design options supports NVMe drives, or this version I'm showing here is showing Utah 2 drives. So really everything that your enterprise customers would need for a standard server that's based on open standards from the OCP community. The other thing we're showing today in our booth is something codenamed Bodega Bay, which is once again ORv3 ready when that's announced. And this is really a dense 1OU dual processor server featuring 2 OCP 3.0 NICs, 2 full-height, full-length cards, full half-length cards to the front, 48-volt support on the ORV3 power, as well as 2 internal by-16s for PCI expansion. So the idea is we're investing in these technology building blocks, we're investing in the OCP community to enable our customers to deploy these platforms at cloud scale to their unique needs. So finally, thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking the time to come to the show. This is my first face-to-face event in 18 months, so I really appreciate seeing everyone. We're over here in the Expo Hall. We'd be happy and love to have you come by and give us a talk. How are we doing on time? 4 minutes. Are there any questions for Brandon or myself? All right, thanks everyone.